Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man Bad Chad. Queen Jolene's on the camera, and we are on air, but we're not in the same building. Elvis has left the building. He's not here no more. He took off. We have the Plymouth. We have bring it home. We've put it inside our new place. The reason being is I just didn't want to throw it outside in case it snowed or anything like that. I would not be able to move it or do anything to it. We're going to move on to this one. What I'm thinking is there has to be some mechanical work done to the truck before I want to go any further on that. I don't think I have to explain what has to be done to it, but maybe I do. On the truck, I feel like the wiring should be done first. The lights all should be hooked up. The gas tank should be put on. It should be made to be able to run and drive and that sort of stuff before I do any body work to it, and that's where I want to play it. I do want to finish the truck. For the people that say, oh, well, we should finish, well, I do want to finish it, but there's certain things that I feel like come in order. You would not want to paint the truck and then lay all over it trying to do the wiring to it. I'd rather do the wiring first, get everything done, get the mechanical done, get the brakes done, get the gas tank, all that stuff figured out, and then we'll go for doing the body work, and we will do videos on that, no doubt in my mind. But we have moved on. We bought a 56 Plymouth Savoy. I really like the body shape of this car. I do not know how much customizing we're going to do on it. I feel we'll probably do a little, but not a whole bunch. And the reason being is, what I plan on doing is, like I said, I like to do the month thing just to keep it interesting. What I'm thinking is we'll do a basic restoration on it in a month. So what I'm thinking is we'll tear all the paint off it, we'll fix all the bad spots, and get it back into paint. So this is something that we're going to try to paint within the 30 days. I know it's a big undertaking. I do not know what's underneath the paint. I do not know. I know what the door lips look good on them. I know that the quarter panels have blisters and bubbles on them. They have rust coming out of them. I'm thinking that, if it's rusty, I'll fix it, and then we'll do it within the month. We'll weld them up, we'll fill it out, and we'll paint it. I like a 1956 Plymouth Fury. I like the one that comes down, got a wide stripe coming down and then comes up over. I like that. I might go for that style. I'm not sure. That car was always a hard top. This one's not a hard top. It's a Club Coupe. Club Coupe, is it not? Club Coupe. What's that? Club Sedan? Whatever one it is, what does it not matter. It's a two-door. You can see that we have some rusties on the quarter panel. Someone did a bronze patch on it, and they did a real good job, as far as I'm concerned. They did a good job. It's just that it has failed. It has been left outdoors. We got a new windshield to go with it. We got a new windshield rubber to go with it. We got a bunch of parts in the trunk to go with it. We got 2 parts cars to go with it. We really did good. Also, when I came home, I was looking at the quarter panels of the car. I'm going to have to fix that. I see that. I have to fix it. I went out in the pile. There's a pile of panels out in the junk pile, in my junk pile. We even made a video of it. Jim was out there piling the quarter panels up and piling the panels up. He was saying it was like a treasure hunt. He was having fun. When I went out there and looked, and I have 3 partial quarter panels to fit a 56 Plymouth, 3 of them. I got 2 for one side, 1 for the other. Absolutely amazing. Just blew my mind. But I had to go out there and take a look because I seen this shape, how it had no wheel lip on it. I knew there was a bunch of panels out there that had no wheel lips on them, but those are the panels that fit this car. Hard to believe, I know. Believe me, I know. We have some spots on the quarter panels. Both quarter panels have to be done. The rockers are a little bit iffy here and there. I took the wheels off it. Basically what I'm going to do for this video, I'm going to change the wheels. We're going to put some white walls on it to spiff it up a little bit. But as I get looking at it, we got brand new flex lines on the front, which is good. I'm thinking that we changed it over to wheel studs. I'm thinking probably before it had the stud that turned into the hub, but now we have wheel nuts. I think he probably had changed that. There's a window that's going to have to be taken out of the car because we got a new windshield. That's going to have to be taken out. We're going to try to strip all the paint off it and repair everything and get it back into paint within the month. I feel like I can do it. I'm going to put my brain to it, And you know what Jolene told me? You can't do that in a month. Well, you know what she was doing? She was motivating me. If someone says you can't do something, show them that you can. Show them that you can. It's like I tell my daughter. My daughter, you know, she's, you know, a young person, 17 now, is she? 18. If you come across somebody that it tells you that you can't, take the motivation, but make sure you get away from them. I think they knew that you were joking. Jolene told me I can't do that. She was joking to motivate me. I thought I'd let that be known. But we got some white walls for the car. We bought some 14-inch white walls from Jamie Bram a long time ago. And he sold them to us really reasonable because they were the 14-inch. I'm thinking 14 inch is not more, but we had them, and I decided that I would buy them. We've got them put on rims, and now I'm going to apply the white walls to the car because the wheels on it looked absolutely horrible. I like the look of the car. I can see past the wheels, but I want to put white walls on it to motivate myself to make it look what I want it to look like. We'll probably change the color on the car. We're going to take it down right to the basics of building a car. Is what we're going to do. We're going to go right to the basics of doing a basic restoration. We might detail the engine, I'm not sure, but we're going to go for it. And this is for anybody that would be doing a basic body job or restoration. That's what we're going to be doing, and I hope that you'll follow along and see my dilemmas I get into, and the good, bad, and the ugly. Look at that. That makes me feel better already, baby, seeing a white wall on it. So we've got two other parts cars that we got to bring home. It's coming on this weekend. We're going to bring them home. And yeah, we got another 2-door, and there's one 4-door. So that's a biggie in itself, you know, to have parts cars. He sold it to us reasonable, I think. I'm thinking. And we're moving up in the world, and I'll tell you why. Because now we're starting to work on cars that run, drive, and stop. It takes a long time to, you know, to do everything when it comes to putting the steering on something, putting the brakes on something, running the lines, getting the gas tank, finding the place for the battery, filling it full of fluids, wiring it, getting the lights to work. It takes a long time to make something from nothing, and that's what I generally do. But I'm going to put some white walls on this bad boy. We got the hubcaps inside the car. We're going to put the hubcaps on it, and I'm thinking it's going to look quite nice, but not as nice as Jolene, obviously. And then I'm going to shine the white walls up, and makes it better already. Let's go to the other side. I'm not sure how rare these cars are, but I'm thinking that what am I thinking? I'm thinking that it is quite rare in the fact that Dodge Plymouth made lots of different models, but they didn't make a bunch of them. Like Chev made millions of Camaros, Ford made millions of Mustangs, but Dodge kind of went the other way. They made many models and not a whole lot of each. So I'm leaning on this one. I'm leaning towards the Plymouth Fury. I think the Furies are generally white with a gold trim. That's what I'm leaning towards on this one, and we'll see what happens. I'm not going to, in order for me to get this done within 30 days, I don't feel like I'm going to do a bunch of customizing. I'm going to do a little, that's for sure, but I'm not going to do one. And some people that'll make happy, and some people that'll be like, oh, I wish you'd do something to it. But I probably will do something to it, obviously. I'm not going to say right at this present moment. We're going to try to take all the paint off and repair everything that needs to be repaired. I'm not going to take the body off the frame, not going to do that, not even close. I'm going to do the basic restoration. if you're going to take the body off the frame of a car, you really need to know that it's going to be a long process. When you start doing that, you've got a long road ahead of you. It takes longer to restore a car than it does to build a car. When you restore a car, you have to tear it all apart and then put it all back together. When you build a car, you start building it. Got my jack to work, turned it a little tighter. Tim brought me over some hydraulic brake fluid. Not looking to work in this shop. We're going to put the cars in the shop and that sort of stuff. But right for this present second, while we're in here, I'm just going to change the wheels. This car's in here because the truck has not been moved yet. We're going to go to the back. Wheels on that. We have quite a shackle on the back, and I'm thinking he was making quite a shackle on the back. I'm thinking he was making like I said, probably going to make a hot rod out of it. And it's all to preference, but I think that we are probably going to paint it and just go from there. I'll probably remove those shackles, lower it down a little bit, give it a little nicer stance. Like put it down the ground a little bit maybe. We also got a quad, I guess it's a two 4-barrel intake, which I understand is quite rare for these cars. I think I like carburation on cars, and what I mean by carburation, I like the idea of 2 carburetors, 3 carburetors. Just different is what I like, obviously. I'm not going to put a jack stand underneath it. Not getting underneath it, I don't think. I'm thinking they just put these on for... Well, it's not out there that far, I know that. Not sure if the wheel studs are long enough on this. Ooh. That's sharp. I already cut myself once this morning. Not interested in doing it again. And you'll see when I bring the tire out. Look at that. Ooh. That's, see the wire coming to that? Yeah, that's how you cut yourself. That's not good. That's not good. I was wondering that. A little bit of work's going on there. I was wondering the wheels I got. I don't know if the wheels I got are going to go on all the way or not. The centers don't look exactly right, but we'll see what happens. That's a bummer. That's a bummer. We're going up. And we're going up with projects too. We're working on stuff that runs, drives, and stops. That's a little different, isn't it? That's a little different. It does too. Damn it. What I'm thinking is, the wheel will fit for now, but the center of them rims got to be a little tiny bit bigger. Let's fit over the hubs. wheels. One more. These are radial white walls, so it should make the car run a little bit better than it would if it had bi-supply on it. See good. So what's going on is I picked a couple 14-inch wheels out of the junk pile, a little junk pile of wheels over there, and the center is not big enough for the hub. That's why them wheels are not going on all the way. Jolene, you touching me? Oh, I love it when you touch me, sweetheart. You don't have to say sorry. What? That's okay. So, yeah, so the center of the wheel's not big enough. So we'll get the wheels changed. I'm going to have to clean it. There's a lot of leaves and pine needles and that sort of stuff. We'll clean it, and then we'll take it into the shop. We'll move the truck out so it does not get rusty. We'll probably move it over here maybe. Just want to feel there's any. Is that a 13? No, it's a 14. But the center's not big enough. Look at that now. Does not matter in that one. Them wheel studs didn't come through far enough, or something's going on there. It has to be checked out. The wheel studs are not coming out far enough. Have to check that out. Step her over, Fina. Step her over, man. Oh, I wanted this wheel on the other side, but that's okay, I guess. It's okay as long as we get a wheel nut on it. So it's an exciting day here at Hiltz Auto Co. We're going to work on a car that runs dry stops. We're going to paint it. Did you hear that? We're going to paint it. We're going to paint it. We're going to take it from behind a building that probably has not been, looked after for a while. We're going to strip it down, take the paint off it. We're going to repair it to the best of our ability for the, we think. We're going to paint it. I'm going to let it down, obviously. Let's put the Love and Touches on it. And the Love and Touches is some Spray 9. I'm going to clean a wheel and put a hubcap on for you. So you can see the car, how it's up in the back. They were going for that, hot rod look, I guess. Up in the back and down the front. We're going to probably take it down a little bit. We'll get rid of the shackles. If you're cleaning your white walls and you want them to look nice, I use Spray 9. That's what I use. You use whatever you like, but you can just watch and see. Just gonna let it set for a second. I like to clean the whole wheel with Spray 9. The whole wheel's dirty. These have not been cleaned. I've had these tires for probably a year or so more now. Maybe a couple years. Gonna do it again, just because they probably need it. We're gonna throw I'm a sucker for a nice clean white wall. Yes, I am. I'm a sucker. But there's the application that they go on, and there's an application they don't go on. They're not for everybody, that's for sure. I enjoy them. Just like Jimbo said, history's cool, but today is where it's at. Got a bunch of hubcaps, because we had parts cars too. We'll have to get them this weekend. But I'm thinking these are the original hubcaps themselves. Beautiful. Just put them off there a little bit. And basically right now, all I'm doing right now is playing. I'm having fun with the car. I'm changing the wheels, putting hubcaps on. This is not doing anything for it other than making me happy. And getting ready to strip her down and go for it. Let's put a hubcap on it. You know, and I'll tell you something, there's worse things in life to spend your money on than an old car. Worse things in life. Woo. Hurt my hand. Hurt my hand. I don't think I'm going to get that air chuck. There you know it. Don't think I want to beat my hands off. I didn't bring a hammer, did I? Rubber hammer. You can see there's a bunch of dents in it from before. So I'm thinking that someone else had the exact same issue I'm having. This had I'm thinking this had a different kind of sort of wheel on it, to be honest with you. I'm thinking that hubcap's going to fit on top of that, maybe. I'm thinking these had different. Can't see that going on. But anyways, I'm going to lean that against that. I don't think it's going to go on that rim, to be honest with you. The hubcap's not going to go on that wheel. I do not feel like it's going to go on that wheel. But there's the original hubcaps. We've got a white wall on it. I'd like to get some hubcaps on it to make myself feel better, but I'm thinking I'm going to have the original wheels, the original rims to put a hubcap on that. We've got some nice hubcaps here. Some are clean and some are not. But you get the picture. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be stripping the paint off of this, all the paint, repairing all the rust, filling it, sanding it, and painting it. We're going to do the process that I do to get them into paint. And it's just going to be a basic restoration, I'm thinking. Not sure if I'm going to take the front end off or not and detail the motor or not. I'm not sure of that yet. We drove it off the trailer. We put a little more transmission fluid in it. It drove off. We're going to have to figure the transmission issue out on it. But it does have brakes. It does run. The engine sounds good in it. I'm going to finish cleaning the white walls on it, clean it up a little bit, and you come back tomorrow and you see where we're at. All right, everybody, have a good one. And we're going to basically do a basic restoration on this. What's it say? Oh, yes. I have to give a shout out to Valley Tire. We took these tires in to get put on the rims, and they said, that's okay. And when someone says that, that means that they're on your side, and I want to thank them. If you want to get your tires changed and get them balanced, I suggest Valley Tire would be a good place to do it. Have a great one. Have a great day, everybody. If you like what's going on, tell everybody that we're going to be stripping down a car. Chad's going to finish a car. We got to watch. Basically, it should bring on the viewers now, baby. We're going to finish something. We're going to strip the paint off it. We're going to paint it right to the very end. We're going to try to do it in 3 days. Like, share, comment, come back, subscribe, and come back tomorrow. See you later, everybody.